On today's episode of Bet Bath & Beyond, Andy and Ian are going to talk about Simone Biles, the NBA, MLB, NFL, and NFTs. Can't miss this episode of Bet Bath & Beyond.
3, 2, 1, go. I am Ian Peacock.
And I am Andy Heidemann, and I hate sports betting.
No matter what you say, I'm betting 100 on it tonight. Hey.
Welcome to Bet Bath and Beyond.
Brought to you by B3T Sports.
.com. Watch us on YouTube, Andrew.
We
Watch
are
us
on YouTube.
For those of you that are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, if you want to see our faces, go to YouTube. But if you don't, I don't blame you. Continue listening
Tell your
without
friends.
video. Okay,
How's
Andrew.
it going?
All right. Pretty good. How was your weekend?
It was pretty all right. I'm so tired of no football being on the weekends, but we're close. We're close.
Very close.
This Thursday, there's a football game. It's the Hall of Fame game, baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, it's like not real football, but I mean, it's,
Do we have a countdown? Do we have a countdown how many games, or not games, how many weeks are left until one, college football, when's the first college football game?
That's
and
a
then
good
two,
question.
When
College
is
football.
the first NFL game?
The first NFL game is September 9th.
There you go. Who's playing?
Dallas and the Buccaneers. That's going to be a great game. Dallas's defense is garbage. The Bucks, Tom Brady, only has a couple of yards he needs before he starts breaking, smashing records. Because he's close. He's gonna beat a couple records in the first 5 games. A whole 17-game season, Brady. I mean, if he plays another year after this, some of his records are gonna be untouchable for a while. But we'll see.
Untouchable until the next GOAT picks up the ball and starts playing the game. Maybe Patrick Mahomes is that person.
Could be.
I don't know. There was a bet that was being discussed in our B3T Sports Slack channel, specifically about Tom Brady and breaking a record. Do you have that? Do you remember what it was? Because I don't remember.
I don't remember, but it'll take me 2 seconds to pull it up here.
I think it had something to do with the Patriots.
Yeah, it was about whether he would break the. Let me see. Will Tom Brady break the all-time passing yard record against New England Patriots in Week 4? Yes, plus 150. No, minus 200. Brought
to you by DraftKings.
Brought to you by DraftKings.
A sponsor of this podcast.
Oh, good.
A big sponsor of this podcast. We're going to have to start wearing some DraftKings merch. Maybe I'll put some DraftKings banners behind me like you've been
like that?
Like your Carolina
You
Panthers
fucking made me self-conscious for you. Why do you have the blur on if it's just your wall? And guess what? Now I've got this.
The blur was weird. It just didn't make sense when there was just a blank wall behind you
Soon
in the first place.
Soon it won't be blank, all right?
Then that's fine. But the blur with the blank wall just didn't make sense. I didn't like it. I'm glad you changed it.
Let's see here. It looks like, based on the math, Brady would only need 289 yards a game to hit it. I mean, that's not unreasonable at all, especially with that wide receiver cast. And he plays Atlanta, he plays Dallas, he plays the Rams. The Rams are the best secondary of the 3. But the Falcons secondary is garbage. So is
terrible.
So are the Cowboys.
Terrible.
I mean, and the Cowboys, here's the thing. The Cowboys have an offense. So that first game could easily be a shootout. And
he could break it the first game.
I don't know.
Just with the Cowboys.
I don't know about that. Can you imagine throwing 700 yards at 44 years old?
I wonder what are the odds, though. This is a serious one. I wonder what the odds are for him to break it by the second game or in the second game.
Man, 450
with
and
against
450. That'd be crazy. I bet it
would be nuts. It would be crazy. But depending on the odds, I just want to see the odds.
That's one of those. I'm sure you could call DraftKings and be like, "This is what I'd like to do," and they're like, "Yes, we'd like to take that."
Get your head of bets on the line.
Yeah, exactly. Right now. Anyway, we got we'll talk NFL later. We got a pretty decently packed show today. We're gonna start with what else but the Olympics.
Sure. Yeah, we'll start with the Olympics. When does When does the Olympics end, Andrew?
It never ends.
Okay, good. Well, I do know that we do have the Special Olympics after the real Olympics in
It's true.
August. I'll be honest. I've never watched a single event in the Special Olympics. I think that changes this year. I think special now is it wrong slash immoral to place bets on the
I
Special
don't know
Olympics?
if you can. I really don't know if that's something that you can do.
I mean, like, is that like a weird territory that we're talking
I
about?
think that's interesting that you ask, because as a sports bettor, like I'm constantly not just like I'm just looking for anything to bet on, right? Because you want your edge, and that's
As a
an event that would be
degenerate,
going.
as
Yeah,
an
exactly.
addict. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
as an event that would be going on, you would think that maybe you could, but I don't know the legality in general for something like that.
I'm not talking about legality. First off, I'm not even talking about legality. I'm talking like, is it morally right or wrong to bet on the Special Olympics?
If you
Honestly, you know what
don't
we should
know
do?
them, I would say it's not morally wrong.
This is
I mean,
what
they're
we'll
out
do.
there to compete.
This is what we'll do. We're gonna send that poll on our social media.
All
I
right.
need to know because it feels weird to me. It feels wrong. Doesn't mean I won't do it. I do wrong things all
That's
the
true, you do.
time. I do wrong things all the time.
I've seen it.
But I want to know what the public thinks, what our peers think, what our fellow degenerates think. Is it wrong to place bets on the Special Olympics?
I'm gonna say I don't think it is. I think they're out there trying their best. You could absolutely place bets.
Honestly, you could even argue that if you want it to be equal, like equal rights for the disabled and stuff like that, it should it should be advocated for,
Yeah.
right? We should want to place bets. We shouldn't feel like there's some sort of barrier just because they're handicapped.
Right. You get it.
I think
The
I do.
entire time we've
I
been
think I
talking
do.
about the Special Olympics, though, I've had a picture of Simone Biles up. So,
We are
so
not we're not
yeah.
saying that Simone Biles is part of the Special Olympics or she's handicapped. Not
News
yet.
news with her though. Apparently she's going to compete in the beam event,
Yes.
which
That's why we have her
is
picture up. That's why we have
correct.
her
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about here first, which is good for her. Glad that she's going to compete for that. The one thing that it's really weird. I want her to do well, obviously.
Duh.
But I feel like if it's really weird, because if she does well, I feel like she's gonna get a lot of backlash for like,
No,
look
if
how
she
well
does
you.
well, what do you mean? If she does well,
I feel
then the
like, because
break would have
first
been
of all, the
worth it.
idiots are out, dude. The idiots have come out in the
There are idiots
millions for.
everywhere.
No,
Idiots
I know.
everywhere.
I'm just saying that this whole thing with her of like taking the time off, and like what people have said about whether or not it was right to take time off, and like how just all that sort of shit. Those are the same people, and there are a lot of them who are gonna come out and be like, well, you did really well, and that's fine for yourself because it's an individual event, but you weren't in on the team events. I just know that that's gonna happen. But like I said, I want her to do well, obviously.
Yeah, no, obviously we want her to do well. She's the GOAT. We want her she's representing our fucking country. So yes, we want her to do well. Anyone that uses this as ammo against her, what do
Right.
you want? Like, what do
Right.
you
Yeah.
want? You're gonna bitch about her quitting or taking a mental break or whatever, stepping away from the sport, but then you're also going to use it as ammo when she comes
Right.
back and perseveres through it. It makes no sense.
The Olympics are on once every 4
Your
years,
whole
and you watch.
face is blurred. Andrew,
My
your
whole.
whole face is blurred.
How's that? How's
It's
that?
still it's
Oh
still,
no! Why?
you've become part of the background, you've become part of your blurred screen.
That's so sad.
This
Why
is
would it do
look,
that
Andrew,
to
this
me?
is why this look at me. Look at me. I have a normal background behind me.
Well,
I have a
to be
spotlight
fair,
ahead of it. It's super easy.
it's still blurred, and I have everything off. So.
What's still blurred?
Oh, am I not blurred anymore? Did we fix it?
No, you're still blurred. The
Yeah, that's
whole
what I'm
thing's
saying.
blurred.
Yeah.
Get really close. Get really close to the camera. Get really close. Yeah. That's what there you go. You're not blurred anymore.
We did
You're not
it.
blurred anymore.
How am I now?
Wait, you actually are. I swear to God, you're unblurred. You're
Oh,
actually
well, there
unblurred
you go.
now.
And there we go.
And now we're back.
And we're back.
If you're listening to this without video, go to YouTube
that
and
was
watch it.
That was a
We fixed
segment
it.
specifically for the video watchers.
This is the thing. If you're not gonna watch on YouTube, you're just gonna miss little inside jokes like that.
And you
It's
can
just not
get
gonna.
a YouTube downloader and just listen to it audio. You know what I mean?
No, don't do that. Don't.
No, I'm just saying.
I am actually advocating. Don't do that. That's fucking weird. People who have YouTube downloaders are fucking weird. It's just a weird thing to do.
What it is. But anyway, you like the Olympics happens once every 4 fucking years. You watch maybe 10 hours of Olympics in that amount of time. Like, no one cares. Like, everyone who's bitching about
What are we
this,
talking about?
I'm saying, like, all these people who are bitching about this stuff with the Olympics, it's like watch.
They just want something to bitch about.
Yeah, exactly. They don't give a fuck.
There are people that are just miserable about their own lives,
want to hear
and
themselves
they're gonna
talk.
take it out on Simone Biles or the closest person next to them because they feel like shit because their lives are shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I actually commend. Well, this should not be an unpopular opinion. This should be the majority should applaud Simone Biles for coming back because it is tough to admit that like you're not prepared and you're
Right.
not mentally able to move on and to drop out. It's a whole other thing to then work up the nerves to go back to go back into battle, to go back into competition. That is very brave, I think. So I mean, I used to be an Olympian myself, so I feel like that I'm qualified to say that. So yeah, good on Simone Biles.
You got any other Olympic news you want to talk about? I mean, I feel like that's the biggest one. Olympics, I feel like they're almost over.
Well, that's why I asked when it ended because
Yeah, and they never end. I mean, I'm not kidding with that, but it still feels like it's almost over, right?
I do want to mention Caleb Dressel is a fucking stud. Okay, he's won I think 4 or 5 gold medals already. I mean he's a swimmer. He's a stud. He specializes in the quick 50-meter freestyle. And he's got the sickest tattoo, dude. I mean, he just has the sickest like eagle tattoo. He's just a badass. Badass, Caleb Dressel. Women's soccer got knocked out.
Oh, I did see that as well. That is unfortunate.
They got knocked out by Canada in the semifinals.
Way worse.
They still get to play. They still get to play for a bronze. But it's the second Olympics in a row that the women's soccer team for USA has not made the finals.
Didn't we have a conversation once on this podcast about how getting bronze makes you want to kill yourself?
No, it's silver.
Oh, it's
silver is the worst one because you are that close to getting gold.
Right.
Now, this is specific for, I think, events that are very close. Like, let's talk about the 100-meter dash.
Right. Yeah.
100-meter run. Remember, did you see the Italian win? I think it was the Italians' first time ever getting gold for the 100-meter dash.
I did not see that. I saw that the women's Jamaican 100-meter dash runners, they swept gold, or silver, and bronze, which is nuts. But,
yeah,
I mean,
freaks.
Jamaica's always fucking
they're
fast.
Freaks. They breed them different down there. I don't know. I don't know what's in the water or what, but they breed some fast motherfuckers.
It's go for it.
Well, let me just finish the silver talk. We're talking about 0.1 of a second, right? We're talking about. I mean, we're talking that snap of a finger. That's how big of a difference it is, and specifically with like events like the 100-meter dash or stuff that's like where everybody's so close to get silver and know that you were 0.1 seconds away from getting gold. And if you had just started, gotten a better jump off the block or had just, reached into that, that power inside you and just ran just 0.1 second faster, you would have gotten gold. Bronze is like, okay, well, at least I got a medal. I'm happy.
Well, right, and you're like, because even if you would have been that point whatever faster, you're like, I'd still only probably would have gotten silver. So
right
now, now it's funny we talk because it's all relative, right? I mean, yeah, maybe it's only a couple of milliseconds, but you look back to Usain Bolt, and you know that famous picture where he's looking backwards and he's smiling, and it's just like, yeah, maybe it was only a couple seconds, but like the guy with silver who was racing that's like. It's Usain Bolt. There's no fucking
Usain Bolt. I mean, he's a different caliber. He's a different caliber.
Last year, that motherfucker ran the 40-yard dash at the combine event in jeans, and he just torched it. It was the funniest thing ever.
What did he get?
I don't remember what his time was, but it was
You
like.
can't tell that. Andrew,
I don't. Yeah, let me tell you. I remember the exact 4 point whatever sec.
You can't tell that story and not know the time he got, because that's always going to be a follow-up question. You can't just be like, Usain Bolt ran the 40 last year in jeans and he did really well. I don't know how well he did. Jesus.
Fuck yourself.
No, I knew it was going to be really fast. I just wanted the actual
I think it was
number.
also in. No, there's no way he was wearing flip flops. I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna watch this video because
there's no way. There's no
if he was in flip flops, that'd be insane.
There's no way. Can you show the video online? Like on the video.
Oh my god, video? He's wearing fucking. I can show it online, but you won't be able to see it either, and it's like a 4-minute video here. But he's wearing loafers. He has to take this off. I don't know. Maybe I'll put that in the link in the YouTube description. You guys can go check it out. It's fucking nuts. The man's a freak of nature. He plays soccer now, doesn't he?
No.
Last I knew he played soccer.
Did he? I mean, he's fast enough that you just put him at forward, you put him up top, and he will, just feed him the ball and watch him run.
Google Usain Bolt soccer. Top result. Usain Bolt retires from soccer. It was fun while it lasted. January 22nd, 2019.
Oh, wow. Speed isn't everything. You can't just get, as a soccer lad myself, you can't just get by through sheer speed alone. I have it, but I also have foot skills. I also have shooting ability. And you need those.
Yeah,
you need those.
You gotta have
what's his name that used to play for the NFL, Chad Ochocinco, also tried to play for MLS after his NFL days.
Yeah.
And I don't think he made any teams.
Yeah, happens. Anyway, that's the whole show. I'm just kidding.
That's the whole show?
I'm just kidding. Okay. That's the Olympics. All right, we're going to talk about the NBA next. Do you have any closing remarks here?
For the Olympics, no, let's just remember to send a poll out to see if it's morally wrong to bet on the Special Olympics.
All right.
I'm gonna advocate. I'm gonna start advocating that we all bet on the Special Olympics because we all bet with regular athletes.
Yeah.
Regular healthy athletes that have nothing wrong with them. So I feel like to keep the disabled people, to keep them, what's the word I'm looking for? To keep them
happy.
Level? No, not happy. Like to keep them level, Andrew. You know what I'm trying to say?
No.
You know what I'm trying to say?
No,
to keep
you're
them
an insane person.
Equal. That's what I'm doing with my hands. I'm putting them
equal.
They're both equal. We're all equal humans with equal rights. So to make sure that
use your platform, baby.
Keep athletes. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm using it to propel disabled athletes, Olympians up so that we have equal rights. Not we. I'm not part of it, but just we as human races have equal rights. We should be betting on the Special Olympics.
So Chris Paul became a free agent. Technically.
He going to LA.
No, he actually just got signed by the Suns like an hour before we started recording. So he became a free agent. He declined their extension. He did it obviously to get a bigger contract. Good for him. Staying with the Suns. I think it's like a 3-year deal or something. I don't have the exact details. I'll pull them up. But that's interesting for the Suns. They now have an actual chance. I mean, they're not going to win, but now they've got the best chance they possibly could moving into the next couple of years. If Chris Paul would have left, I think that would have been real rough on them. I don't think that they have the caliber.
Suns in 4.
Yeah, okay.
Suns in 4.
Okay.
Suns in 4. I'm just fucking joking, Andrew. I had the Bucks winning the entire time. And we can go back and insert, now that you're the one mixing all these, we can go back and insert when I said Bucks are going to win the series. I'm not even worried about it, even when the Suns were up 2-0. I feel like I need credit. I feel like I need some sort of props.
How come you get credit? Again, I really want to go over this. How come you get credit when there's only 2 teams competing and you pick the right one, but there's a whole playoff going on? I'm like, I say Suns and Bucks, and everyone's like, you're an idiot.
You said that with 4 teams left.
Okay, you said that it's still in the playoffs.
And have I not been saying, I'm telling y'all, Bucks and Suns in the finals?
That's true. That's the nod. That's the nod.
That's me giving you the recognition that you deserve. I want that recognition.
All right, that's fair.
I want that recognition.
That's fair. You also said that there's no possible way that they would sweep. So which is not a hot take.
Yeah, I also said that.
but
it kind of was with certain people.
So Chris Paul signed a 4-year, $120 million deal. That's actually crazy for his age, I think. We'll see if that bites him or not.
Spicy.
But
that's spicy.
Let's see. So that's Chris Paul. Oh, but then Kawhi also declined his extension. It's also said that he's going to do the same thing that Chris Paul did. He wants the contract extension with the Clippers, but he wants it to be like restructured as a whole new deal as opposed to an extension. They don't know like
the claw.
Yeah, they don't really know where that is at in negotiations. I don't think that he's gonna go anywhere else. That'd be fucking insane. But we'll see.
He's going back to the Raptors. He's going back to Toronto, and he's gonna make that city his home.
I doubt it. I wouldn't. It sounds awful.
He's probably so sick of Playoff P. Put a picture of Playoff P.
Okay. Playoff P actually did all right, I thought.
He actually did. Kawhi was injured for most of those series, and Playoff P
did what he could.
He picked up the slack. He did. He picked up the slack. Playoff P was playing like Playoff P with no joke, no sarcasm in there. He was actually playing like a Playoff P.
Let's see here. There's got to be a good picture of Playoff P. There's a good picture of Playoff P.
It's got to be instantaneous, Andrew, because we're about to talk about something else. I need Playoff P on the video as soon as I say it.
He's right there. There he is.
Is he right there?
He is right
good.
There.
I'm going to pretend I see him.
That's good.
Oh, look at there he is. Well, look, there he is.
He's dribbling that basketball.
Playoff P. Okay. Any other NBA news? The draft? Did you pay attention to the draft?
No, I did not pay attention to the draft. There's no reason to pay attention to the draft.
Me neither. So let's move on. Let's keep going.
All right. So first of all, guess who? Okay, do you have any remarks about NBA? We're gonna move on. If you don't,
moving on.
Moving on,
Andrew.
MLB, baby, baseball. It's the best time of the podcast.
No, I don't want to talk.
Guess who was activated off the injured list the other night?
Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts. Let's go. I believe he hit a home run. He's a phenomenal.
You don't even know who Mookie Betts is. Like,
he played for the Sox. He doesn't anymore. He plays for the Dodgers. All right.
God, it's so frustrating. Like, I'm happy that you finally gotten into baseball because it's better late than never.
Sure.
But it's so frustrating talking baseball with you when I have been a baseball fan pretty much my whole life, and you just come in. And now I have to fucking hear you like talk about how the Dodgers are winning their division and they're gonna make the playoffs.
I think we're kind of fucked.
Oh well. Anyway, you just being like, oh, like I'm mad, even though my team is getting shredded, ripped apart, being sold for parts
wood
like
chipper.
A fucking just like.
No, great. God. I mean, they did the best thing they could do. I mean, the second best thing they could do. We're referring to the Cubs.
The best thing would have been to pay everyone with unlimited amounts
of
money.
No, exactly. The next best thing is to get what you can for your pieces. Because if they would have walked in free agency, you'd be way more upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You would get nothing.
Exactly. And you need something if you want to be competitive. Well, speaking of the big three, you're not gonna want to talk about this, but it's interesting. They all hit homers for their debut, for their new team in their debut. I know. They all
fucking hit homers. Chris Bryant with the Giants, Javi Baez with the Mets, and Anthony Rizzo with the Yankees. By the way, Rizzo went 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
His first 2 games in a row with home runs.
Fucking Yabos.
So everybody loves their new teams. Everyone's hitting home runs for their new teams. I'm upset.
You have every right to be
upset. I'm upset,
but,
Andrew.
But now you can think about it like this. This is for once. Like, I'm actually going to be in baseball season thinking about it. Well, you get to like just not give a fuck and you can just skate right into football season. And I'm going to be.
You know what you need to do?
What's that?
Come to Chicago. And we'll go to a Cubs game.
It would be cheap.
They'll be cheap. They'll be very cheap. We'll get tickets for like $10. We'll go into the bleachers and we'll just have fun.
We'll just have fun.
We'll just drink a lot and pretend, and we'll think of the good old days when we had Rizzo, Bryant, Baez, and everyone else.
Before we move on, I'll read off just the divisional leaders. We got Tampa Bay, White Sox, Houston, the Mets, Milwaukee, and the Giants. Things that are close. The only ones that are really close, Philadelphia behind the Mets, Oakland behind Houston. What's it?
Wait, the Phillies, how close are they?
They're 3.5 games back. I mean, they're tied with Atlanta, but I mean, like, Atlanta's 4 games back.
Interesting. The Phillies were not doing well a few months ago.
No, they were not. But I mean, I don't think, to be completely honest, I don't know what to think about that whole division. The Mets are good, and the Mets are pretty damn good, but I don't know.
They're even better now.
They are even better now. Let's see. I wonder if I don't think the Yankees are 7 games back. I know there's a lot left, but I mean, I wonder if the Yankees can actually make something happy. They're 56 wins. I mean, Baltimore's only with 37, but I mean, every other person in that division has 50 wins. I guess we're at the point of the season now. I don't know. Anyway, that's baseball. Do you want to move on to the best part of the podcast?
Yeah, are we racing Wumbo?
We're not racing Wumbo. Although Wumbo did race, and we can watch that, but we're actually gonna
wait. I thought we are racing Wumbo.
Yeah, he did a race. I haven't watched it yet though.
So you don't know his record?
No, I don't know his record. Neither do you. But we'll find out.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
So, but no, we're gonna talk about the NFL. You look so disappointed.
Bottom of the barrel. Because Andrew, I'm disappointed because I know what's going to come. It's going to be a bunch of bottom of the barrel bullshit news that I'm going to have to grade a D or an F.
Well, we're out of bottom of the barrel news because it's August. It actually doesn't exist anymore. So we're moving on. The segment has expanded and advanced and grown. We're talking injuries now, baby.
I know, and I saw your little notes for this podcast. Your Marquise Hollywood Brown there with his hamstring injury. I'm not worried about it, Andrew. I'm not worried about Marquise. Put him on.
Put him on. All right, we'll put him on.
I'm not worried about Marquise Brown. He's a fast motherfucker. That's the word of the day. The word for this podcast, for this episode, is fast motherfucker.
All right.
Usain Bolt, all the women in Jamaica, Marquise Brown.
Yeah.
They're all fast motherfuckers, okay? I'm not worried about it. I don't care how many practices he's missed.
I wouldn't really worry about it either. Not yet.
Not yet. No.
When a player misses 5 practices in a row, that's usually when I start to be like, did you...
I was going to say 2 weeks.
Well, 2 weeks in a row, you're asking a little late. That's like, I'd be pretty concerned as to... So you haven't practiced in 14 days. Is there a reason for that? I wasn't feeling it, Coach.
Well, 10 days. Well,
sure. The work week. Take the weekend off. I don't know. It wouldn't really be that concerning as a whole for the Ravens, in my opinion, if it was just Hollywood. But apparently Bateman has been out for a couple days as well with a sore quad. Again, it's early August. There's no need to like push these guys super hard yet. But if you get to we're into preseason week 3 and these guys are still missing practices, that's going to be a little concerning. So keep an eye on.
Did you see Bateman just smoke Humphrey in practice the other day?
Yes, I did see that actually. Yes. I don't think
the Ravens put it on their Instagram, and it was spicy.
That's one of those you like to see hits and stuff. But I'm always like,
okay. That actually was awkward. It wasn't even like a hit. What happened was I think Marlon Humphrey stepped on Bateman's leg, and they kind of both they were going full speed, right, and they kind of almost got tangled up. And I looked at their legs, and it could have easily been like a sprain or a tear. I actually watched that video, and as impressive as Rashad Bateman's speed was, it was also worrisome that's just like a normal play during practice.
Right. Something that I don't have a picture for, but I do want to mention, Cortland Sutton for the Broncos, really high prospect in the sense of wide receiver talent in the league. Tore his ACL last year. He's coming back from it. However, it is said that beat reporters have said that it doesn't really look like he is feeling 100, like he's dogging it a little bit. That's either one, it's not fully healed, which is not good, but it's honestly, that's better than the second option where it is fully healed and he doesn't know how to go back to like that next gear, because that can ruin a dude's career, like because being scared of that injury. I really hope it's the first one and he just continues to rehab, because he's a really cool talent. He's a big dude. He plays really like physical football, and he gets to be opposite of Jerry Jeudy. I think that they could be a good wide receiver core, but that's a little concerning. Devonta Smith for the Eagles. He sidelined 2 to 3 weeks. He got a
Slim Reaper, baby.
He got an MRI on his quad. A little pulled muscle there. We'll see.
Is he okay?
Yeah, like I said, they're saying 2 to 3 weeks.
It's small. It's just a small little injury.
Tiny.
Tiny little. They did surgery on a grape.
They did surgery on a grape. That's true. The biggest piece of news is that in like the span of 36 hours, Carson Wentz came out and said, "Hey, I have a foot injury." And they said, "Yeah, right." And they're like, "Oh, do you now?" And then he's like, "Yes, I do." And then they're like, "Okay, well, we'll rehab it." And then within that time frame, they said, "Never mind, surgery time for you." And now he's gonna have surgery. He could miss up to 4 weeks potentially of the regular season.
I've seen this before. He could miss half a season.
Dude's made of glass.
He can miss half a season. He could miss the whole season. I've seen this happen a million times. I've seen this episode before. Mm-hmm. He could either miss 4 weeks, half a season, or just the entire season.
Yeah, it's really concerning if you're a Colts fan or if you're a Carson Wentz owner. I mean, if he doesn't play this season, he's probably a backup for life. And
do the Colts have Jacoby Brissett?
No, they do not. Brissett plays for the Dolphins, and they've got Eason, and I don't remember the quarterback out of fucking Texas last year.
Brian.
What's that?
Brian Hoyer.
Not Brian Hoyer. But the thing is, too, I don't know how he keeps screwing the Eagles, but they traded him for a what's it called pick, a compensatory pick or whatever. They only get the pick from the Colts if he plays a certain number of games. So like, I don't know how he keeps fucking the Eagles over, but he manages to do it. But that's it. That's NFL news. All the injury news around the league. There's not really anything major going on in the sense of like trades or anything like that.
I give it a D+.
Oh,
D+.
why? That's so low.
Because I mean, it wasn't. Well, I mean, who fucking cares about
Carson? Well, that's important. It's a starting quarterback for a team that's gonna compete for their fucking
Congratulations,
division.
Andrew. Congratulations.
I'll fight for this one.
You've argued your way up to a C. I will give bottom of the barrel a C. That's as high as I'll go. I'm sorry.
Okay. Is there anything else in the NFL that you want to discuss? Anything you want to get off your chest?
I don't pay attention to the NFL.
That's
Andrew.
insane.
I don't pay
That's
attention.
The best sport.
I mean, I pay attention when it comes on September 9th. I will be all hands on deck. But until then, maybe I'll watch some Hard Knocks. But
you will watch Hard Knocks. You fucking better watch Hard Knocks.
100% of my free time. I mean it. 100% of 90% of my free time is in the crypto and NFT market. I'm sorry, that's just where my brain is making me go right now. And the rest of the 10% is the Olympics right now. But once the Olympics are over and NFL hasn't started yet, I'm 100%, Andrew, in the NFT and crypto space.
All right, I guess that's fine. It's so disappointing. The NFL is like the greatest sport. Like football is the greatest sport ever to watch. It's like it's so perfect.
Yeah, I agree. Hold on a second. I agree. Football is the greatest sport.
Yeah.
I love watching it.
Sure. I think you like watching it.
I love watching it. I watch every game. I have been a member of NFL Sunday Ticket for the past 3 years now, just so I don't miss any game. I am 100% in on the NFL. What I'm not 100% in is just these day-to-day practice.
We got to get you more into fantasy. We got to get you into some like
BS.
high fucking value fantasy leagues.
You want to talk about high value? We'll talk about Zed Run.
Oh,
we'll talk about XCOPY art.
That's
a
segue, and I just put the Zed Run horses up on the fucking screen.
Well, hold on. Since I can't see the race, I need you to put it into Messenger so I can click the link and watch it with you. Okay.
That is true. That is true. You need to be able to see this as well.
Now, also, Andrew, it's important that you skip the intro because you will see Wumbo's record.
Oh, that's right. I might have to close my. Oh no, but the people will see it. Okay, I'm gonna have to make an adjustment. People will see. Yeah, let me make an adjustment here. I can fix it. It's not hard to fix. But
on the fly, Andrew.
On the fly.
Yeah. While you're doing that, on the topic of Zed Run, go to the secondary market on OpenSea. You can use third-party tools like Haku, HAWKU.com to help you browse the secondary market on OpenSea because horses are flying right now. You can get incredible deals on legendary and exclusive generation horses. Remember, there's Genesis, which are the very top of the generation pool. And then there's legendary, exclusive, elite, cross, pacer. You're going to want exclusive and legendary for breeding purposes. You can get them. You can get some really good horses that have some good blood in them, like some Naka blood or some Sasbo blood or some Finney blood. But you can get legendary and exclusive Buterin. That's like the cheapest common horse for like $100 to $200. This is not going to last forever because Zed has come out and said that they're going to raise their breeding prices. So what that means when they raise their breeding prices, that's going to affect the whole economy, and you're not going to be able to get these horses this cheap anymore because they're going to be more expensive for the stable owners to breed and to make. So you're not going to see these deals last forever. Right now, the cheapest way you can make a legendary horse, even like a Buterin horse, is 0.036 ether, which is around $60 to $70, depends how hard it's pumping. They're going to change that. They've talked about changing that up to 0.25 ether. Ooh. That is a huge jump. That's like $400. So all of a sudden we're talking about, it costs $70 to make a legendary Buterin. Well, now it's going to cost $400 to make a Buterin. That's a big, big price jump. You're going to want to get in early. Andrew, your face is blurred again.
Oh my God. Come here. Look at me.
Get close to the camera.
Look at me.
Get close. Yeah. Get close to the camera. Now you're a part of the background.
That's okay. Damn it.
You're still blurred. Just that, you know what? That's okay because it's not about you right now. It's about Wumbo.
We're going to watch Wumbo. No. All right. You ready?
It's about Wumbo. Yes.
All right. So I'm hitting.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
What?
You didn't send me the link.
Oh my God, I did though.
No, you sent me just the racing results link. You have to send me the actual race link. What you just did is you sent me the general homepage of all the racing.
Okay. How about this one then?
Let's see.
Is that it?
Yes.
All right. I'm hitting it right now.
Go for it. Now, what I need you to do is tell me when you skip.
All right, I will tell you when I skip. I'm skipping now.
And we're off.
We're off to the races. I would love to read some of these other names. Oral Roberts. Lucky Slevin. Maiden Manhattan.
That's a good one. The Last Word. I like that one. The Last Word.
I also like Tax Exempt.
Oh, wait. Lucky Slevin is lucky #Slevin. Yes. I do not like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan, I guess, of the hashtag either, but I like the initial, like the idea. There's one just named Concrete.
Immersion Therapy.
I do have.
Made in Manhattan.
I do have to say I am nervous. I don't know. I wonder if Wumbo even has it in him. I'm running Wumbo in a race that like he's run this kind of gamut before. Like this is the 1200.
Right.
And he's gotten fourth twice and ninth once, and those are his only race results. But right now he's in 11th. So I mean, and now he's in 10th. I can't imagine. Oh, he's in 6th. Oh, we got a winner.
He's making a little push. We gotta make a little push.
Oh, now he's in 6th again. I mean, honestly, I'm excited here, but it would be
wow, tax exempt, just pushing
tax exempt is fucking dope. Tax exempt is a cool horse name too.
Tax exempt actually might be the best. I like the last word, but tax exempt is the best name in that race for horses.
And there it is. Wumbo placed 5th. Kind of sucks. Well, 5th is not good.
Look, you just gotta. It's not about individual races.
Right.
It's about the collective races. It's about the collective races. There's 12 horses. Your horse isn't going to win every time, but as long as it's winning 10% of the time, it's a good horse. As long as you're making ROI on it, it's a good horse.
I think my next step is I'm going to move into I want to race him in the longer distances. Am I blurry?
Fucking blurry
God
ass head.
Damn
dude.
it.
Making me look at your blurry ass head. How about this, Andrew? Just get rid of the Carolina Panthers background.
I could tell
you. Get rid of it.
Hello?
No, get rid of it.
No, I could tell you that's not the issue. The issue is just my camera. I don't know why it likes to do that.
This is what you do. You go really close to the camera, and then it just gets worse. It just gets really close to the camera, and then it just gets worse. Hey. Yeah, it's like focusing on the very palm of your hand.
Of course it is. Hello?
Well, let's give a round of applause for Wumbo.
Yeah, you did it.
Come on.
Yeah.
5th place is actually, it's not better than last. You kind of want last
is superior.
Races, because you get negative points, so you can move down and race easier horses. That's a flaw that I hope Zed Run fixes soon, because you have a lot of sandbaggers. You're going to get a lot of sandbaggers that do that. So that's Zed Run. That's Wumbo.
But there are some other things you want to talk about in the crypto world, correct?
There's one specific thing that I want to talk about. Okay?
All right. We're transitioning.
I've mentioned it before, and I'll mention it again. In fact, I think I mentioned it on our 100th episode. The first time we ever did video, I said buy XCOPY.
You did.
Buy XCOPY, buy XCOPY, buy XCOPY. I'm just going to keep bringing up XCOPY every single time we record, just like we do with Zed Run, okay? XCOPY, who is XCOPY? He's my favorite crypto artist, okay? He's London-based. He is an OG in the space. He's helped pioneer the NFT art space, the crypto art space, and he's been in the space since the early days, 2018, and even before that. His one of one. This is how crazy it is, okay? I'm really trying to explain it, get it through, because Andrew, you don't even have any crypto art. And
no,
I'm trying to explain.
Well, I do have an NFT of my boy Luca with a behind the back pad.
No, first off, that's not art. That's
I think a lot of people who
moment.
watch the NBA would beg to differ.
No, that's not art, and that's that is my Top Shot. You lost it. Well, you had to get it for me because you lost a bet. It's mine. Now, Top Shot.
We'll let small claims court decide that.
Yeah, that's fine. Actually, we have it on our podcast when the bet happened.
Whoa,
but
man.
Top Shot is a wanker of a platform.
They are fucking terrible.
But let's go back to XCOPY real quick. He's an OG in the space. His one of ones used to go, I mean, this was back in 2018, back in the early days, for $100. Guess what? The minimum, not the average, not the highest, the minimum price for his one of ones are being sold for now.
I'm going to say $1,300.
$300,000.
Oh my fucking
minimum.
God.
$300,000 if you want an XCOPY one of one. That means there are people out there that have bought one of ones of XCOPY for $100 and have sold them for 6 figures in a matter of 3 years. That is indeed.
That's great ROI.
But here's the thing. it's not going to stop. This isn't like a little bubble. This isn't the top of XCOPY. In fact, it's just getting started. NFTs represent 1% of the entire crypto market. Let that sink in for a second. NFTs represent 1% of the market cap for crypto.
What's the rest of the market then for crypto? Is it just
It's
coins?
coins.
It's just coins, right?
Yeah, it's coins. Yeah.
That's insane.
NFTs represent 1% of the market. That it means that we are so fucking early. It's not even funny. It actually is funny. But
we'll be laughing.
Now, here's another example. And do you have XCOPY up there right now while I'm talking? Do you have?
I do. I have the image. Do you want the graph?
No, not the graph yet. Not the graph yet.
Then we got the image.
So this is great. The image that Andrew has posted on this video is called Afterburn. You can get it at niftygateway.com, and you don't even need Ether. You can buy these pieces. You can buy them with Ether, but a lot of these sites that sell crypto art, you can buy with a debit or credit card. You can buy it with US dollars, okay? Now, Afterburn, when I mentioned last week, just 7 days ago, now you can put up the chart. 7 days ago, when I said buy XCOPY at the end of our 100th episode, it was going for mid 1500. I think it was going for 1500. Andrew, look, the chart's up right there.
Oh yeah.
Now, look at you now on the date. You know, on the y-axis, you can see. Can you see what the price was on July 26th, which was last Monday?
July 26th. God, that text is so fucking small.
God, well, you're blind. You're blind.
I am blind, but I cannot tell. Why don't you tell the people?
Hold on. I don't have it memorized. Now I have to look. But okay, let's see. July 26th, it was going for $1,500.
Okay.
It has doubled. The floor has doubled. It's being sold for, as of 7 hours ago, for $3,000. So a week ago, you could get one for $1,500 easy. Now you have to spend at least double that to get, and this is his cheapest edition because there's 870 editions. This isn't a one of one that you can spend $300,000 on. This is an edition of 870 pieces. Okay, they're all identical, but at the same time, think about how many people are going to want an XCOPY as they enter the crypto art space. He is one of the best. He's one of the OG. He's one of the most well-known. And there's only 870 of this artwork. And it's, again, the cheapest of all of his artworks. $3,000. So this isn't something that I'm going to see, like maybe it goes back down, and maybe, you know, but over a longer period of time, if you just zoom out and you say, well, what's this piece going to be worth in 1 to 2 years? It's going to be a 5-piece figure. At least. I'm calling it now.
Call your shot.
I'm calling it now. In 3 years, this piece will be worth 5 figures. At least. Knock on wood. This is not financial advice.
This is the man who hates futures, baby.
Do your own research. This is what my brain is up to. All
instead
24/7 my free time. Instead of football. But hey, I own, a few of these.
That's true.
And so all of a sudden, the money that I put in has already doubled, and I'm not selling anytime soon. So I got a few of them. So the plan is maybe to sell later down the road, but make sure I at least have one just to keep for myself, because I am a fan. I'm not just I'm not just a flipper. I'm not just an investor. I'm a collector. I'm a fan of XCOPY.
I think that's...
So I'm gonna keep talking about it. Until I'm blue in the face.
And I think you're gonna write some blogs here on the site about some NFT stuff. Is that correct?
No, I quit. I quit the site. I quit the blog. I'm actually a grapefruit tester now.
I see. It's funny what he did there. Grapefruit. It's very, very good.
Are we done? Is that it? No, are we done? Play grapefruit.
That's
Normally you can only get this technique in one of my classes, but I wanted to share this with you because I believe every man should get grapefruited. When you grapefruit your man, it's going to feel as if you are giving him head and fucking him at the same time.
Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling.
summers and wave runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. Valentino summers and wave runners. Chains on my niggas like slave runners. Drug dealers anonymous. How many Madonnas can that Mazda fit? My brick talk is more than obvious. It's ominous. Garage is the phantom. Ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Blonde mohawk the collection. I'm Dennis Rodman.
No better feeling would he ever get than being grapefruited. No better feeling would he ever get than...
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling. Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Time to hit the showers because baths are for babies.